Hey guys, it must be Tuesday night at 7 o'clock if I am live on Facebook. Hopefully go live on YouTube soon. But hope everybody had a nice week. I'm wondering if we're going to get anybody on tonight. I'll wait a few minutes because it's the holiday weekend that we had. It's so beautiful weather. My gosh, I hope that you all got out and did some things. I was out most of the weekend outdoors. It was beautiful. From working on the house to going on the Harley to the boat to the convertible to... So blessed. Hey John, how are you? Thanks for being my #1 loyal fan. So tonight, because the holiday weekend, I totally played hooky, and I really didn't prepare too much for tonight. I thought I would let you guys challenge me and test me, and if you have any questions that you want to ask about anything, spirituality, evolution, life, I'll give you my take on it, because after all, Georgia Rose knows, right? So let me know what your questions are. Just shoot. In the meantime, today I was thinking about my dog Sparky, which I think about him a lot. It's funny because I miss him when I'm at work, which is kind of strange, I know, because I am an adult and not a child, but I do miss my pet when I'm at work, and sometimes I'll be in the middle of a deal or negotiating something, and all of a sudden I'll think about Sparky being home alone, and I'm like, I wonder what he's doing, you know? I think he's a whole life I don't know about. So anyway, I was thinking about my dog and how I really hold him sacred as one of my valuable things. And if anyone is out there and they're feeling really depressed or, lonely, getting an animal of any kind really alleviates that. I highly recommend it. When I was going through some challenges in my life, a friend said I needed a dog, and I hadn't had a dog in about 25 years, and I went and got Sparky, and he really keeps me good company. So I would say definitely animals are super great company. So shoot with your questions. John says, how about pulled some cards? I can do that. If you have a particular question that you want to ask, John, because I could try to, a general question I could try to answer for you psychically if you want, however you'd like. Hi, Lori. Hi, Angelique. How are you guys doing? So bring me some questions here. Let's get on to a start. I'm going to pull a card for John. How's that beautiful grandbaby of yours, John? She's so cute on Facebook. Yeah, so speaking of Sparky, so when I first got him, it was challenging for me because you first get a dog, and I hadn't had a dog in about 20, 25 years. So I didn't know what to do with him. It was like having a child. It was a lot of responsibility. But then after a while, we figured it out together, you know? So, okay, John, I'm picking a card for John Mineta. I thought I would have run into you at some point this weekend out there, John, but you were MIA. I saw Lori yesterday. Our boyfriend, Steven Taranti, did a great job at Cedar Beach with 70s Band. Be joyful. This is the summer that I've decided to be joyful. I think so many times in our lives, we get so bogged down with work, even our spiritual work, and we don't go out and have a good time. And I haven't been doing enough of that. So this summer is my summer of fun. Okay, John, this card is for you. Tonight I am using the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. My very good soul sister, Kat Mayer, actually gave these to me some time ago. I think she has the same ones. Cards for future. This is really funny that you said that just as I pulled this card, because it says Diana, focused intention. So the goddess Diana and the focused intention in this card, it says, think about what you desire, set your sights high, and expect the best possible outcome. And you know what, John? It's so synchronistic that you talked about the future. I pulled this card. And then astrologically, we've got some wonderful energy coming in. A little bit challenging in the beginning of this week, but then towards the end of the week, towards the weekend, Venus makes some transits where it's going to feel like anything's possible, and there's a whole world of opportunity opening up. So just remember that the future really is whatever we want to create. Keep your thoughts pure. I always tell everyone, whenever you set an intention or you want to think about your future, always keep love in your heart, because even the slightest doubt will turn into a negative, you know? And I had a reading with a very beautiful person yesterday. I was so blessed. Someone who's a mentor of mine did a reading. They're from halfway around the world. And he did a reading for me yesterday. And one of the things he mentioned just in passing was something called conversation being therapeutic. And I internalized that, and I woke up this morning and I was thinking about the conversations that we have with ourselves and being therapeutic in that regard. So when you're trying to manifest anything or think about the future and plan for the future, remember, just like this beautiful card, Diana, Keep your intentions focused on positive, positive, positive. Look at the moon, the light around her head. We have a new moon coming in June 3rd, which is Gemini energy, which is very positive new moon, endless possibilities, all kinds of things can occur at the Gemini new moon. So John, take that with you as a focused intention that the best is yet to come. And keep your energy and your thoughts pure whenever you think about the future. Don't let any anxiety in. Don't let any cause for concern or have something in my eye or any kind of doubt, any kind of negativity. And negativity is really sometimes very subtle, and we don't realize that we're doing it. You're welcome, John. And I say that because I try to keep really positive people in my life, and I try to be a really positive person. But sometimes we don't realize that negativity can disguise itself. For instance, we can, spend some time with a friend and they've just had some beautiful abundance in some way, whether that's in a relationship or materialism or whatever. And as we're driving away, we think, damn, why couldn't that happen to me? As soon as you start that thought process, you put a whammy on them because you weren't positive and affirming of their good luck. So just keep your thoughts really pure and remember that. So throw another question at me, guys. What do you want to know about tonight? Yeah, so my reading there, we're talking about, this gentleman, Simon is his name, was talking about really keeping your thoughts positive and not letting fear in. And I think sometimes fear becomes insidious, like I say, and subtle in our lives. We don't realize like we're negative, and we don't even realize we are negative, right? It comes in very like thief in the night. So I'm going to pick a card for Angelique. You guys really love cards. I don't need cards to read, so not saying that egoically. I'm just saying I don't need cards to read, but you guys like your cards. Hey, Suzanne, how are you doing? You need direction, Angelique. I feel like you are needing direction with a family matter, but then I'm getting something coming in with finances and a job. So if it's job related, for some reason I'm seeing the number 3. So that could mean 3 months, or that you have 3 things in the works. I feel like you're going to get some kind of communication about a job from an email electronically, not like on the phone, if that's something you're working on. But a situation at home, I feel like, is really frustrating you. So let me pull a card for that. Frustrating situation at home for Angelique. You can hear Sparky barking. This is Cthulhu. Cthulhu works with Saint Germain, Violet Flame, Lord of the Seventh Ray. Yeah, and it's funny because this energy was coming in when I was thinking about it. Cthulhu, and it says you already know the answer that you seek. And so it says a cloak of wisdom. And what I'm going to say is, so maybe that was for you, Susan. She's saying she's trying to get a job as well. I'll pull a card. Cloak of wisdom. And I want to explain what this card is about, because Cthulhu is really an ascended master who comes in with wisdom. And Angelique, sometimes we know the answer to, I'm getting something, okay. Sometimes we know the answer to an issue or a challenge or a problem. And if we sit in stillness, that answer will come forward in our intuition. I often call that the mouth of God, because sometimes it starts out in the back of our neck and we start to get this little inkling of a feeling, and then it comes forward into our consciousness. Whatever situation you're inquiring about, Angelique, I really sincerely say, you know the answer. I think it's just something that you really don't want to make the commitment to do. So make your choices powerfully. Whenever we're in a state of confusion, it's good because it means something's about to change and move. Confusion comes before movement in our life. But when we're in a state of we kind of know what we're supposed to do, but we don't do it, that's procrastination. And procrastination takes our power away. So when you know the answer to something, but you're not allowing that answer to come through and be demonstrated in your life, you're not loving yourself, because you're putting yourself in that place of procrastination. And in doing that, you're not moving forward with your life. Your flashers are on, you're at the curb, and that's not the way we're supposed to live. So Angelique, my thoughts for you today, especially being that we pulled Cthulhu for wisdom, is spend some time in quiet introspection. Because I really believe that the answer is there. You're just not letting it come forward. You know what you're supposed to do. You have to do it. And I know that's hard, but be brave. Just be really brave. So Susan, you're awesome today. That's great. This weather is enough to make anybody awesome. We had a little rain today and it didn't even bother me because we had 4 days of the most gorgeous weather. I felt like I was living in San Diego. It was beautiful. So Susan, you're going to start a new job. You're saying you're trying to get a job. Change the conversation that you have in your head from one of hope and desire to one of it is coming. In other words, when you speak to yourself, don't say, oh, I hope I get this job, or oh, the right job has to come, or what if it doesn't, or think those thoughts. Instead, change the conversation to be, I know something's being orchestrated for me, it just hasn't happened yet. And that changes your whole demeanor. So definitely, hi Liz, how are you? I miss you so much, my good friend who moved to Florida. Oh, we need another FaceTime. So Susan, oh, you're from Fresno. Yeah, the weather felt like California, right? So try to keep your thoughts pure. The same thing I was saying to John. We're at an astrological point in our charts right now, in the chart of the universe. When I say our charts, humanity, the collective chart, that is a really critical karmic time and will be till the end of the year. So we have to keep our thoughts really manifesting in the positive and in the light. So if you're looking for a job, family situation, anything like that, really stay manifested. As far as the job, why am I getting something with, this is so strange, but I just am going to say it because I've learned, for all of you out there who are tapping into your intuition, I've learned even if it sounds strange, I just say it because it is. When I went into the energy for Susan and the job, for some reason I saw feet, like marching feet. So I don't know if it has something to do with you, like, walking a lot, or a lot of walking, like almost like walking a beat or walking a path, or if it's, but I see something like shoes, boots, feet. I don't know why. So if it's something where you have to walk to work, or I don't know, but that's the image that they just gave me. So if you've applied for something, Susan, that makes sense. And for some reason I feel like I don't know if your dad is here on the other side, or a father-like image is coming through for me, and I feel like whatever job you're going for, the job that materializes for you, they're showing me this feet, like marching, walking, but it's also aligns with something that your father, or the male who was a father-like to you, used to do. So I hope I'm explaining that and articulating that correctly. So whatever you're doing has some kind of alignment with, she says, oh my God, I see it. Okay. So, and again, sometimes I've learned in reading that and intuition, it's hard when you first are tapped in to just say what you have to say, but now I don't, you're right on the money, Angelique says, yeah, now I just know Spirit is using me as the vessel, and I'm just going to say it and not have an opinion about it, and I got to get out of the way and just say what it is. So for those of you who are on the path to becoming intuitive, and we all have this power, that's truly, speak what is being given to you. Don't hesitate, because it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with me. It's not my message. It's Susan's message coming through me. I'm not doing it. So take that with you, Susan. So if there is, there's more here. You're welcome. So if there is something that you've applied for, or something you're hoping to have, know that it is coming. It just is not materialized in this dimension yet, but it is materializing. There are people orchestrating. Perhaps if your dad is passed, he's orchestrating. That may be what's coming in for me. But it is being orchestrated. So just know that. And I just want to say something, get off topic, but not off topic a little bit. When I do the live videos and the lives for Zencuda, my intention is to have some kind of a message that makes us powerful, right? And in that, sometimes I feel like, oh, it's too much astrology, or it's too much psychic and all that stuff. But I think the overall message is that those things make us powerful. And whatever tool you use, whether it's your intuition, astrology, and your intuition through astrology, or healing modalities, whatever it is that is powerful enough for you to evolve, because that is why we're all here. We're all here to love and be loved. Yes, that's true. But we're here to evolve to more love and more giving and more receiving. So whatever tool you use, cards, astrology, whatever it is to make you truly powerful, that's the message overall of Zencuda. Whatever the instrument is, the avenue, the road, the channel that you use to get there is yours. It's going to be what resonates with your DNA. So if these videos are about tarot or astrology or crystals or anything, They're all tools to get us to a place where we're evolved in our own evolution of our soul to spiritually merge with the world and everything that we're supposed to be. So I'm not going to worry too much anymore about this being to anything. It is what it is, and you're welcome, Angelique. I love you as well. Oh, Susan, you're welcome. Keep in touch and let me know what happens with that, because I never get to hear the outcome, you know. So to follow the train of thought that I just had with the universal energy, so whatever your tool is, just know it may be your tool permanently, it may be your tool for a while, but it's all part of the evolution. And when I read, I see energy in lines. And so when I think about Zencuda, I see it like this. It's an energy line that's evolution, but it's almost like an infinity symbol in a spiral. And that infinity is you and me and everyone, because we're interconnected and we're interdimensional and we're interdependent. Not dependent upon each other in codependency, but needing each other. And if we can teach each other through tools, what better way to merge our lives? So that's what I just wanted to, felt like I had to say that. I didn't mean to get on a soapbox or anything, but I felt like I kind of had to clarify, because just drop the judgment, you know, be who you are. And that's what Zencuda is about, and not separating yourself and having those conversations wherever you go that are truly you, not categorizing your life to, I'm going to talk about work here and spirit here and this here. Merge who you are and be fully powerful, and that's Zencuda. So Michael asked, how would you define Zen? I think Zen is something that resonates in all of us. It's almost like trying to define soul. But I think Zen is the definition of a soul at peace. And so if I had to really clarify it, those would be the words I would use. Definition of Zen to me is a soul at peace and in alignment. And let me just elaborate that so I can materialize an idea of that for everyone out there. To be Zen, to be in Zen, to feel Zen, is when you're in that sweet spot and you just know that's where you're supposed to be in that very moment. Some people are blessed enough and have worked hard enough to be Zen for long periods of time and sustain it. It's almost like in yoga they have something called samadhi. And samadhi is when you're just floating in complete bliss. You're in union with everything in the universe. You're one with the universe. And you just feel like you have no place else to be. You're completely in that space of pure bliss. And that is Zen. That is samadhi. And so some people carry that with them and they can tap in throughout the day. I am able to do that somewhat with my breath. No matter what's going on around me, if I can tap into my breath and the space between the inhale and exhale, I find my Zen. But that feeling is different for everyone. You know, I have something I call wind therapy. I love speed. I love to go fast. So whether I'm on a boat or a car or anywhere that's something like that, that wind therapy for me is complete and total Zen, like I can taste it. So that's how I would define Zen. I think it's a soul at peace and in complete alignment. How do we get there? Like this, using tools, uniting with each other, connecting. At times we get our Zen by going off into isolation and going into the underworld. I'm preparing to do a little bit of that in the weeks to come, because I have some things in my life I need to put in alignment, and not being afraid of that. And I think Zen is also trusting ourselves, you know. I've been doing a lot of thinking about that lately too. And so thank you, Michael. And so I think that the trust is all part of the Zen, you know, and it doesn't come from trusting another. It comes from trusting that no matter what happens, you're okay. You know, yeah, I might cry, yeah, I might feel bad, but it's all temporary and I'm fine. You know, I'm going to be good. So how about another question thrown at me tonight? I'll try and answer anything. Try and stump me, because I like to be stumped. I love the word no, and I love when things happen I don't understand them, because that means I'm going to grow. I have to pick up the cards that dropped on the floor, so excuse me, I'll be right back. Okay. Did you miss me? No. So, any other questions? I know there's not many people on tonight, because I think that that holiday weekend might have wiped us all out. But I'm going to pick a card for the collective, and this will be a card for the universe. And if we have a short video tonight, that's fine too. So thank you for that great question, Michael, and thank you, Angelique and John and Susan. I am going to pick a card. I didn't even pick a card for Susan, but that's okay. We got the message anyway. This card is, oh, they're telling me to pick a card for you, Michael. So we'll do that before I pick for the collective. One thing I learned is not to ignore spirit. This is definitely a message for you, Michael. Wow, the Shekinah. Sacred self. This is definitely for you. So the Shekinah, sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, and dance to the sacred rhythm of life. And I know you're working on a few things now. And so, hey, G, hi. I'm saying hi, hey, G to me. Hi, Joe. Hi, Ann. And if you, I can't, oh, the card's here. And if you look at this card, it's just a beautiful angel, the Shekinah, and the dove of peace, and all the purple light around it. Michael, the Shekinah is a type of angel that comes in usually, and this is my belief, there's a couple of different definitions around, but whenever something really joyful and really momentous and karmic in a good way is going to happen, the Shekinah comes in for me. So just know that that's your card, babe. Yep, definitely. So Joe, how are you doing? I'm picking a card for you tonight too. And Joanne, I'm going to pick a card for you. Joanna Maya, I don't know you, but I feel like I do. So we're going to meet at some point and probably be soul sisters or something. There's a soul connection with you. Don't know why though. It'll come to me. But Michael, the Shekinah is like, to me, a kiss of luck. You are in alignment. Whatever you are thinking about, do, because that's the alignment of the Shekinah, bringing you in grace and peace to do it. Okay? And I feel like you just got emotional. Joe Opperly, I'm going to pick a card for you. You need one. Yeah. Haven't seen Joe in a while, but I know he's doing good. Of course, I butt dialed him twice last week, so that was pretty funny. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed part of your weekend. So I'm going to pick a card for Joe and then a card for Joanne. This card is for Joe. Oh, wow. I don't know about this, Joe. A little embarrassing, but it's okay. This is Cernunnos, who is, I guess, an ascended master. I don't really know. It's life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. So you're feeling your mojo, Joey. So if anything's going on in your life, know that something really good is coming. There's still life in the old guy. And Joanna Naya, we did meet already at my house at the breast cancer group for Kim Logan. Oh, yes, okay, now I know who you are. I feel a connection to you, I really do. So I'm going to pick a card for Joanne and then Catherine. That must be the breast cancer. Joanne, I feel like you've had a hard time, but it's going to pass. You're going to feel relief and release soon. I feel like part of your illness was something you're holding in your life. Woohoo! Yeah, Joe, go get it, man. That was really funny. That was very funny, but we'll just let it go at that. For those of you who don't know, Joe's very cute. He's a cute guy. So there you go. So Joanna Maya, I'm going to pick a card for you now, and this will be for your health. I feel like we need to pick this for your health. Catherine says, retiring husband shortly and so very worried. Oh, don't put that out there. You want to have peace with the universe. Okay, this is for Joanne. This is for Joanne. Joanne, you also got the Shekinah, and you saw me shuffle these cards. So the Shekinah is like I just said for Michael. It's absolutely good luck. It's like, look at the bird of peace there. The Shekinah comes in for me, as I said, always when something really wonderful and abundant is about to happen. The Shekinah is like a beautiful angel that comes in and just almost like gives you a blessing. That's the word I was looking for before. Just the blessing of just beauty and grace, and you're on the right path and things are going to be so wonderful for you. And now, Christine, for your husband's retirement, we're going to pick a card. And please keep your thoughts pure and loving and only the best outcomes, all of us, because whenever we have negative thoughts, that sometimes creates that in the universe, that law of attraction that we all love, right? So this is for Christine Shaw. Christine, I don't feel like your husband's going to be retired long. I feel like he's going to do something, a hobby or part-time. I feel like he's not going to be sitting still. I don't know. That's how I feel. Oh my gosh. Just as I said that, we've got Joan of Arc, the voice of truth. And I was just telling somebody about how much I align with Joan the other day. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. So if you have something to say about hubby's retirement, speak it in a loving way. If you have any worries, And this is Joan, beautiful Joan, surrounded by lilies, which is just beautiful. And I'm going to pick a card for Liz too. But I just want to finish my thoughts a minute on Catherine. With husband, if you have fear that he's going to like stay home and and kind of like, you know, inconvenience your life and stuff, don't feel like that. And don't worry about money either, because I really feel that he's going to have like a second boost. Like he'll find something he really likes to do. This is his time to find his passion, you know, even if that's just a little hobby. And don't judge him. You know, everyone's passion is different. If his passion turns out to be sitting in the easy chair and watching Jeopardy, then honor that's his passion. You know, we're all too judgmental with our partners. Okay, it's going to be Liz, and then Laurie Graham wants a card too. And my feed goes up, so if I miss anybody, you've guys got to ask again because I can't see the feed. All right. So this will be for Liz. And then we're going to pick one for Laurie's daughter, Courtney. Okay, Liz Snyder. Liz, my buddy. Liz, I feel like you're going to meet people that you're spiritual with, like your tribe is coming. Or if you've already met them, they're like some really good friendships are coming in for you down there in Florida. All right, Liz's card is Melchizedek, who always works with Saint Germain, and it's higher learning. And that's what I felt like. You're going to find like a spiritual tribe, like people who, like we had here, you're going to find that there. It says, you've learned from experience, more inner study is now required to further progress. So if you've been thinking, of doing anything, it might even be online. I feel like you're going to meet something, a teacher or some kind of spiritual community. It could even be online, Liz, so don't, you know, negate that. And look at the Merkabahs, not the Merkabah, the Flower of Life behind him. So definitely know that this, and also Metatron is really heavily coming in for you. There's something they want you to do, like put yourself out there if you haven't been, because I feel like you're not taking steps forward you need to take to meet the tribe. Okay? All right, next one I'm going to do, yes, Melchizedek works with Metatron and also Saint Germain. So it's all you. Purple light all around you, sweetie. Purple light, purple light. But I feel, the way I'm seeing the energy is there's a tribe, like spiritual people in your parameter, in your energy field, but I feel like you have to step forward to find them and you're not taking the step forward. So like just go out and about a little bit and things are going to synchronistically come. This is also astrologically a very heady time for meeting new people that become really influential in your connections for the things that you want to do. So just know that, okay? Yeah, I can't read myself either, Catherine. I go to readers. I just had a reading Monday morning. I can't read myself. The ego gets in the way. We too much want the outcome. We want the happy ending, right? And the next card I'm going to pick for is Laurie's daughter, Courtney, okay? Oh, let me see. Courtney. Laurie, can I ask you how old Courtney is? Because I'm seeing number 28. I don't know why. Somebody out there is doing something with 28. And Michael, you said you had to send something, but I didn't see it come through. I feel like we're busy tonight. That's that Gemini energy that comes in. So, Laurie, if your daughter, I feel like, yeah, daughter's young woman is your daughter. 20. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I feel young woman. I don't feel like she's not, yeah. Okay. Why am I getting the number 28? Is it somebody's birthday or something? Because they're really showing me 28. Somebody born on the 28th or something, or an anniversary on the 28th. Don't know why, but they're throwing 28 at me big time. Okay, and the card just flew out, but it wasn't. Yeah, 28 is coming in big time. Okay. Laurie, is your daughter having anxiety, or you don't have to answer, I know we're on a public forum. I feel like she's having some little bit of nervousness about school, something with school. Oh, your mom passed on 3/28. Okay, so then that's what it is. All right. Was your daughter very close to mom? Because mom's energy is coming in. It would be grandma for her. I feel like your daughter's a little bit apprehensive about school for some reason, or life path. But mainly they're showing me school because they're showing me like school desk classroom. So it could be, you know, the earth classroom, but I don't feel that. I feel that, yeah, okay. So grandma's coming in, getting an M name here. but Grandma is coming in and she is showing me, and it's a very old-fashioned type of thing, but you know the desks like when you were a real kid in school, almost like a 1950s or 60s school desk that was all one piece. I feel like she's showing me that, and like your mom is like standing over it, almost like she's orchestrating something with school and with college and with direction. So just take that with you and know that Mom is in place, watching over Courtney. And I feel like, I know Courtney's still young, but I feel, and they're just showing me this, so I have to say it for you. Marie, yeah, I got an M name. I feel like when Courtney marries, or a certain life events in her life, there's a homage or a tribute to, oh, the camera just moved, I'm sorry, Mom's here, because the camera's in a very strong tripod. At certain life events, there's going to be a theme that Courtney does that you may already do, I don't know. It's something to do with a flower or flowers that would honor your mom. So either she carries them on her wedding day, Courtney, or it's already done, but there's something with flowers she's showing me. She showed me Mother's Day. Something with flowers that is like a tribute, a homage to your mom in some way that you ladies are going to carry on throughout your life generationally. So if there's a favorite flower or a color flower or something like that, or a tree that was planted or something significant, just know that that will come in. I also see the name Marie generationally, meaning if someone in the family does not already have it passed to them from your mom, they will use it again, the name Marie in the family. So just know that. You probably already know it if it's been used already. I'm going to pick a card, but she's protected. Your daughter Courtney is very protected by people on the other side. There's also a male energy around her. And I also see a younger energy around her. There's Mom, a male energy, which would be Grandma, Mom meaning Grandma for Courtney, a male energy that's a little bit older, you know, like more, I feel like it could almost be like, it would be a dad energy, not a grandpa energy. So I don't know, it could be Grandpa if he was very youthful, but that's the energy that's coming through. But then I also see around Courtney a younger person that has passed. So, okay, so then I'm right about the name. And generationally, Courtney will use that name in children as well. But I feel like there's also a young person that maybe has passed away, either in the family or a friend or something, that's also around Courtney. Very protected energy. I feel your daughter has a sweetness, or a very light sweetness. When I go into Courtney's energy, I feel almost like she's very trusting. You worry about her being too naive almost. She has such a sweetness about her. Don't be. She's very protective, and she's going to be very successful in her life, and I do see her having a family. So just take that with you. I'm going to pull a card for clarification, all right? And, you know, other people that are watching, don't ever feel like the energy didn't come in as well for you as it does for others, because I don't have control over that. Whoever needs the message is who Spirit gives the message to, all right? Wow, this is so beautiful. This is Freya. And Freya, if you look, is, you know, a goddess of the moon. And you have the black raven, which is something that gives her messages, and the beautiful blonde hair. I feel like this almost looks like Courtney and you. You have that beautiful blonde hair. You're such a pretty woman, Laura. You're a beautiful girl. I don't know your daughter or what she looks like, but I feel like you resemble each other. And it says on this card, there is a beginning written within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So don't ever feel when someone passes over and you miss them, or the energy of something is ending, that it's sad. Know that within that ending is always the seed of a beginning. There you go. So she's surrounded by both those gentlemen and her grandmother. She's so protected and so loved, and there's so many things being orchestrated for her. Don't worry. Just send her peace and love whenever you have the worry, because I think sometimes when we send the vibration of worry out, things happen, right? Little inconveniences. So just put love there and know that that is truly the message tonight, and coming from Divine Source. You certainly had enough confirmation in the name and the date. and that was very specific. So know that that beautiful message came through right from the heart of spirit, and whatever energy you believe in is taking your hand right now and saying, we're with you, we love you, everything is all right. So take that with you. Don't worry so much about the 3D things that happen. Life always passes in cycles and phases. All right. Hi, Diane. Hi, Joanne. Boy, we're getting a crowd in now. So that is your beautiful message, Lori, and take that with you. And you're also around you. Your father is very around you. I can tell you that much right now, Lori. All right. So I'm going to pick 2 more cards tonight. Hey, Diane, I haven't seen you in a long time. I hope things are going well and your sister's doing well too. So I'm going to pick a card right now for the collective. I want to pick a card for universal energy. And this is going to be a message for everyone. Catherine says, one more thing, please. My daughter Diane just won a very spot on a new job. And I'll pick a card for Diane as well. I hate to say it because I'm not a negative person or a negative reader. But again, we just had that message come through about endings and beginnings. If in fact it happens that your daughter does not stay at that job, don't worry about it so much because there's something better coming in. If she does stay there, it will work itself out. Because I do feel the energy clearing, and that clearing could mean a change of position, and it will be a good thing. So don't worry either way. You know, the universe has her back. And the universe is much more wise and loving than we ever could be to ourselves. So just know that, all right? So I'm going to pick a card for Diane, and then I am going to probably pick a card for the collective. And no, it's the collective first. I messed that up. I'm sorry. We're picking a card for the collective. This message is for all of us, and then I'll do you, Diane. Okay. Hey, Princess Chrissy. Okay. This is for the collective. Spirit, please give me a card that will help us all with our intention for evolution and elevation in our life. And the card is Hilarion, divine healing. Wasn't that beautiful? So Spirit is sending out divine healing to everyone out there tonight. Look at that beautiful green healing. Reminds me of Raphael, the energy of Raphael. So just know that Spirit is sending out divine healing to every one of us. This was the card chosen for the collective. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So Ellen, you just asked, will things improve? I think so. If we're pulling this card for the collective, I'd say things are going to improve for all of us. And a beautiful green heart from Liz. Thank you for that. And so we couldn't ask for a better card than divine healing. So just know whatever is happening, it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. And when you see something like this card come out for the collective, that is Spirit tapping us on the shoulder and saying, hey, all these things that are negative, they're nothing because we're doing them for you to bring you to a better place. Denise, I believe love is always coming for us. It's whether or not we choose to step into it and really take advantage of it. So funny thing about love is we all hope for it and want it and desire it. And sometimes we don't realize we block it because we want to, and we send that healing out to you, Chris, we want it the way we want it, you know. And I say this, sometimes young girls will come to me for a reading and it's always about the love life, you know. And they'll say, is he coming back? Is so-and-so going to come back? Or am I going to be with so-and-so? And I always say to them, I don't know. I can tell you that you will have love in your life if you allow it in. But if you keep hoping for so-and-so, then all the other people who are in your energy field who want to come in and give you love, you're not going to let them because you keep hoping for so-and-so. And we do that when we have a specific type or a specific person in mind or a specific way that we want things to be. And I'm not saying you particularly are doing this, Denise. I'm just saying it's human nature. So be careful about what you wish for, because if it's, someone had once told me when I was single for a long period of time, and I was very fixated on it, and someone told me one time, write down your perfect ideal mate and put it in a box with intention and just, you know, focus on your ideal mate coming in. And I did that for a little while, and it was really funny because somebody came in exactly like what I had written, which was great, but it didn't work out anyway for other reasons. But the point I'm trying to make is, by doing that, I put myself in a box. And that was the person that had to come in. So whether it was something like, for instance, oh, I would like him to have a Harley. So if somebody called and they didn't have a Harley, I was like, yeah, you know. So just be really, really open to all of the things that come in your way and in your eye view. And don't negate anything, just because he's different from all the others, or he's not like the one before. Just open to that and really observe it, And the other thing is, when you're looking for love, is don't just observe the physical appearance or what they do with their vocation. Observe the man. One of the best advice I got from one of my teachers was, look at how he responds to things. Look at how does he react when the table is not ready in the restaurant? How does he react when someone cuts him off in traffic? What are his relationships with his children like? What is his relationship with his parents if they're still living like? How does he treat his friends? Does he involve you with his friends? Does he segregate his life? So that's the thing. Don't be looking for love in a specific. It's like we go out to shop for some clothes and we look for a blue sweater. Well, there's only so many blue sweaters, but if we go out and say, hey, I just want to find something that looks really great on me, the possibilities are endless and limitless. And we're approaching a time astrologically with the new moon on the 3rd and right before this weekend, the 1st and the 2nd of June, where Venus is in play in the sky, where anything is possible and love is very heightened. So take that with you, Denise, and know that those things are in play. So open up your mind, open your heart, allow it to come in. That guy that approaches you that you don't really want to have a conversation with, talk to him for a few minutes and really see what he's about before we close the door on it, okay? Ellen Cox asks, I feel others' presence. Is it who I believe they are? I can't answer that without specifics, but what I will tell you is 2 schools of thought on that. When you feel a presence, and I'm answering this question based on my childhood, because I had a lot of anxiety because I always felt things and I didn't know what it was because I was a kid. So I think when we feel energy and we feel a presence, it's one of 2 things. It's either someone spiritually coming in to, really give us a message or make us feel loved, letting us know we're here. You're welcome, Denise. And I do believe love is coming for you because I feel your heart. It's expanding. So on the one hand, the energy that we feel a presence, like sometimes we feel someone's in the room or someone's standing behind us. Sometimes that can be someone coming in from another realm, an ascended master, Jesus, Buddha, Kuan Yin, whoever. It can also be our own fear, known as something as projection. And the reason I say that is because when I had very anxious times in my life, you turn out the lights and you feel like things are there. That's your own fear coming in. So anything that is like that, we have control over. And as soon as your fears are alleviated, those feelings might go away. If you're feeling a loving presence, like I can feel angelic energy, I can feel when someone comes in. Many times when I'm live on camera, for whatever reason, I think because of the energy that we're all having come across the waves, I feel things come in. And it's always beautiful, especially where my sacred spaces are. So I would never allow those presences, Ellen, to worry you. I believe we are all fully protected when we are pure of love. But I think that light and energy do come in, love comes in, and also our fears come in. And it's been my personal experience that anytime something comes in and feels negative or scary, it's our own fear and not necessarily something from an energy coming in. Not to say that doesn't exist, but I don't invite it, I don't invoke it, I don't allow certain things in my home and even negative people. So if you're feeling presence and you think you know who they are, I'd say go with your intuition. And you can always ask. I remember one of my very first experiences was my father coming through. And I was trying to figure out if it was my dad because I didn't know or not. So, because I was pretty green at this. And their love. Yeah, it's probably the past loved ones. It could be from generations you don't know. Or it could be an ascended master. I had a guide, Saint Germain, coming in all the time. I didn't know what it was until I finally figured that out. But in the beginning, when I was still a little green at this, I felt a presence, and I was going through a really traumatic time in my life, and I used to feel my dad, and at first it would frighten me because there were times when my dad could be scary in real life. And so it took me a while to reconcile it, and then when I did, and through my work, I remember going through this very traumatic portion of my life, and I remember actually napping, because I used to have this habit when I was really in detriment and really not in a good way mentally, really what they would claim a nervous breakdown, what I now claim an awakening. I used to nap a lot. And I realized that whenever I went to sleep, if I was really distraught about anything, and there were a lot of people in my life then really egregiously doing things, I would go to sleep because when I woke up, I'd feel completely different. It would change the energy. So this one particular afternoon, I was taking a nap, and before I laid down to take the nap, I was very upset over my husband who had left me at the time, and was very blindsided by that. I thought everything was fine in our life, and apparently it wasn't. And I remember taking this nap in such grief, and upon awakening, a voice as clear as though it was in the room with me was my father, who'd been dead for like 3 years at that time. And he said to me, "Honey, he's not coming back." And I was like, "What?" And I thought I had dreamt it, and I didn't. And that was my very first experience with clairaudience, where I heard the voice. And I knew it was him because it was exactly how he would say it. And he was doing me a favor in his very blunt and harsh way and making me come into reality. And so I truly do believe that if you have a hunch that the presence around you is a certain person, you're probably right. Because I think Spirit also clairvoyantly puts those thoughts in our head to confirm for us what is truly a message. So, and I'm going to send healing out to everyone tonight, and that's where we're at. So any other questions? Sorry I went off on that train, but I think I was supposed to do that to help somebody. So, so just know if your loved ones are speaking to you or showing you things, there's always messages in the messages. And that's one of the things that I always remember. In my three-dimensional life, I used to always have this expression, because, you know, I do real estate, and I had a brokerage and everything, and I used to always tell my agents, there's a deal within the deal. You know, you're going to sell the mom, and you're going to sell the sister and the brother, and the deal within the deal. And so now doing this work, I realize more than anything, there's a message in the message. You know, there's always so many layers that truly are so beautiful and are meant to bring us to wherever we're really supposed to be in our life, and trust that. And that brings tonight's video full circle, where we started out to talk about trust, and part of Zen is part of being Zen is trust. So trust those messages, trust what's in your head. You know what you know, and that's stepping into your true power and our true humanity compassionately, and having that compassion for ourselves, in not judging the messages, not judging what we truly believe is our path and the things that we really love to do, and letting that just happen and merging our lives in that love. So that's our message tonight, and you can find me on Zencuda on Facebook, Zencuda Official on Instagram, and Zencuda on YouTube. Please do subscribe to my channel, because as we get more viewers, I'm going to be posting more videos there and more things, and hopefully we'll do another one of these lives. And please do comment and PM me your questions, because once a week I'm going to record a video, won't be live, and answer somebody's question. So look out for those, and I love you all. I'm sending you beautiful divine healing. Thank you so much for honoring me and supporting me and allowing me to do my work for you. I am a vessel for that love. Good night, everybody. Love you all, and have a beautiful and blessed week. And definitely listen to your intuition, because Venus is in the sky speaking to us. Good night.